Hello to everybody and welcome back to falmunction Plays Dark Souls Remastered. Wait a second. Where'd he go? It's almost as if Greer stepped outside for a second and got smashed by a giant goddamn demon. And then all of a sudden, Solaire was gone. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. In fact, I actually think, because we've basically finished Solaire's story at this point, and Solaire is saved. You know, he won't go insane anymore. That's what would have happened. He would have showed up at the end of that corridor that we've unlocked, as we enter Lost Izalith here. That lets us skip directly to Lost Izalith. Without having to go through this area, actually. But you know, it is what it is. However, the dialogue doesn't change. He's still despondent. He's still pretty much at his wit's end, even despite all that. Which always struck me as a little bit of an odd thing. Like, if you had not known about, you know, about his, like, the bad ending of his story, you might not even have an idea how depressing it could have ended, you know? Because he's pretty depressed as is. But whatever. You could chalk it up to, you know, Miyazaki running out of money. Or maybe there's some other reason for it. Who knows? All I know, there's giant dino butts hanging out here. I don't like it. In fact, this is where I think the remaster, again, is a little bit not as good. And maybe I also have wrong impressions of my time when I played this game in the on my PS3, but I don't know. To me, it always seemed like these dino butts were too far into the shadows that I didn't really figure out what was going on there. So they didn't stand out as being as bad as they are. So let's move on and not, you know, get crushed to death by them. I don't exactly know the right path though, so I'll have to try to step lightly here. I think there's, yet again, a few items here in the lava, but I'll come back to them. I'll return and see what... Oh, actually I see one right over yonder. But it's probably out of the way. This is the way I think I need to take. Up the winding tree branch. Oh yeah, speaking of trees. Wait a second, maybe I need to... Have I been to this ziggurat yet? I think those are ziggurats. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, there's an interesting thing about the symbolism of giant trees. Well, there's a bunch of items actually in Dark Souls, and something that just came to me recently, where it's like, what is it with the Chaos Flame? And we'll see that in the next boss coming up, that the Chaos Flame is very much adopts that theming of giant branches and twigs and all that. Nope, that's not it, I guess. Or maybe the other side. It's possible. Yeah, we definitely haven't reached this part so far. Nope. I guess not. I'll try one last time. Okay, no beans. Yes, there is one with a hidden wall. You are quite perceptive, aren't you? So, yeah. I mean, Now that's the way to the boss. I know that for a fact. So, by process of elimination, this should be the one with the bonfire. Hello, boys. Don't mind me. I'm just passing through. Oh boy. Oh no 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 no. You. I do not approve. Please open up. Come on. This should be the one then. What? Oh, it's the... Never mind. Where's the one with the bonfire? Are you kidding me? Okay. Yeah, trees and stuff like that. It seems to me like maybe the chaos flame is sort of like a manifestation of the energy of the world or whatever, or what maybe the I hesitate to personify, but the way how there it is. I thought I slapped each and every one of those walls. Okay, fair enough. So to me it seemed like maybe sort of the world is fighting back. The world sees that it's unnatural. The world sees that it's a process that doesn't have a future. The linking of the fire and so on. So by way of rejecting that, and making demons and what have you, it's kind of like a natural rejection. Just me talking out of my ass. But that's sort of the vibe that I'm getting. The idea of trying to find explanations for things like this. It's always fun to me. And there's no way of disproving it, so yeah, I'll roll with it. So this is very obviously not... We're out of the lava, basically. No, but we're not out of the woods. Just came up with that right off the cuff. See, I'm a comedic genius, as you well know by this point. Ah, no! Trapped. They do place these statue demons in the most awkward positions. What the hell was it doing? So, I think what I'm gonna do is do all the ancillary stuff in this area before we actually throw ourselves at the boss. And who knows, maybe we'll do it the first time, but I wouldn't bank on it. Yes, if you've heard of, if you're a little bit of a Dark Souls fan as I am, yeah, I'm just a little bit of a fan, they'll believe that, sure. Then you'll know that this boss is probably one of the most hated in the entire franchise, including Dark Souls 2 here. Yeah. And for good reason. Except I will defend the concept. It's just not at all well executed. That's what I have to say about it. We'll go into it a little bit more by the time we actually get to fight it. Fight, quote unquote. There's another boss similar to this in Demon's Souls that, I don't know. What the hell? driving the statue in front of it, but it hasn't woken up yet. That's not supposed to happen, as far as I know. Yeah, those are... asshole. Usually it doesn't really happen all that often. Or all that fast, I think. Weapon broken. It's not my sword, is it? No, it's not broken whatsoever. What are you talking about? Is it the shield? That's not it either. Is it the... It's the... Okay. I can live with that. Fine. We're not much of a sorcerer, are we? Well, that's not quite true, but you know, it's hard to go full on caster in Dark Souls. A friend of mine tried that once and utterly, you know, I wouldn't say failed, but she learned the error of her ways and just stopped playing. The idea is to enhance your melee with magic, buff yourself and stuff like that. You need just at least a little bit of practice with melee. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's an item down there. I just want to see. We came from up there, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. And if I do remember correctly, that one item on the branch is a little tricky. But I will try to get it since... Oh, we got it! Nice. Okay. Now for the meat and potatoes of this. First of all, there's an invader, I believe. And then there's another NPC quest line to progress. Yeah, this way. I guess you could just go... No. I'm getting confused again. Now this area seems like one of the better developed parts of Lost Izalith, but it still has like the floating statues. Like sometimes they're floating, sometimes they're sitting on the ground. Even though, you know, those are the ones that don't come to life. But whatever. We've seen one Chaos Eater. That's what they're called, Chaos Eaters. I guess they're like vermin that has evolved into being able to benefit from the chaos all around it. Oh wait, yeah. We are human. Almost forgot. You want to be invaded as well. Okay. Here we have, okay. Wasn't thinking I would have to deal with both of you at the same time. Whoops. Just let me, collect myself a bit. Thank you for landing that parry. I'm not sure if the lava ring gives me extra protection against chaos magic. I would actually assume it does, but who knows? That's the wrong direction. Yeah, I'm running away. 2v1 situation. Fighting in it. Not terribly intelligent thing to do. We also defeated Kirk for the very last time. And we got a spiked shield. Yeah. So he's still collecting humanity for his fair lady. And since he spawns pretty much directly besides... I don't know who she is actually. Do you drop something? Izalith Catalyst. Let's see. Ugh. Catalyst of the Witch of Izalith of long ago, when her daughters were still flame witches before they were engulfed by the chaos flame. Before the birth of pyromancy, their wands were mediums for sorcery, but knowledge of this flame sorcery has long since vanished. So you would think this is ooh, it's pretty. You'd think this would be one of the daughters once again, but I'm not sure. I think there's yet another pyromancy up ahead next to this fine gentleman. Do you want to let me at it, buddy? Those guys are actually quite weak. Although they do pack a punch. You also saw into his mind there a little bit. Let's see here. Chaos Fire Whip. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this will give us some sort of a clue of who this pyromancer was. Where is it here? Art of the Flame of Chaos, which engulfed the Witch of Isis, and her daughters sweep foes with Chaos Fire Whip. The Fire Whip was wielded by the eldest of the Daughters of Chaos. So yeah, that's pretty much then the implication that that's just the eldest daughter. Question is, who is the eldest daughter? Do we know her? Is it Quilana? Is it somebody else entirely? Actually, yeah, we're not gonna go in there yet. I shudder to think. But where's that? I think I do remember now where I'm gonna go. Yeah. So yeah, that's just how she does. The architecture here, the way these spires look, reminds me of like Khmer culture. A very, very old empire. I'm not sure like if Angkor Wat? No, that's Buddhism, right? And how that I'm not an expert. You are probably starting to figure out on that sort of stuff. I thought it was around here. What the hell? There's like a passage or something that leads us into way more Chaos Eaters than we can possibly deal with. Is it here? What the hell? I might have to look it up. It's kind of embarrassing, but that's just the way it might be. Is it here? I guess we haven't been here if we haven't fought these guys. You know, memory is a curious thing. Sounds like a Linkin Park lyric, but I assure you I'm serious. Ah, that's the way. Yeah, okay, this is where we want to go. Weird. Oh well. We finally found it. What's over here? That I think that's just the way back to... Yeah, this is where the shortcut leads. It's not really a shortcut if you are looking at it from a shortcut perspective where you want to go to the boss faster. Whoopsie daisy. There we are. And look! It's been a while. No, our eyes do not deceive us. It very much is Sir Siegmeyer. I can't go through here. Great. And a Chaos Eater that is way too smart to jump down and face me in melee combat. You can also just jump down here and totally mess everything up. But yeah, the roots are everywhere, and Siegmeyer seems to be at a loss. If we can get to him. There we are. Hey Ziggy, Got a moment?
Hmm? Oh, excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away. Must be the warmth. Well, what's on your mind? No, don't tell me. Those monsters making life difficult for you? You need not be ashamed. We're all in the same boat, you know. I really have run up quite a debt to you. Perhaps the time has come.
So, here's the thing. This is... The game switches up on you, and if you, sort of... I mean, you could maybe figure it out. There's also a way of figuring it out by accident. But, hold up a sec. How do I get... Did I jump down to him down a path of no return? I might have. But basically, the problem here is that we've been helping him out throughout the entire game. He's been always sort of in a pinch. He's always been rescued by us, and we were always the one stealing his thunder. And now you'd think to yourself, well, we just have to keep on doing that over and over. That's why it would be wrong. So then you might think, if you maybe somebody gave you that tip or whatever, maybe what we have to do is lock on. I don't know if I can do it without a bow. Is the thing. Do I have a bow with me? I should have, but maybe I forgot. The problem is that he... maybe I don't have any arrows. That could also be the case. Oh, no. We should be fine, actually. So, if we just help him... Well, I could just do this. If we help him again and do the work for him again, what's going to happen is he will be despondent. He will be so utterly disappointed with himself, disappointed with his life. You know, these kind of warriors are very proud, right? And he will not recover it. In fact, he will, I think, turn hollow, or it just ends right here and it doesn't keep going. So what we have to do is not fight them. I mean, not kill them for him, but also we're not supposed to just go in there and let him die, which is another outcome, possible outcome. However, what we should do is go in, fight them with him, but make sure he survives. Which is, of course, the hardest possible outcome, but, you know.
Friend, I have an idea. A good one, really. I will rush those dire fiends, and you can slip away in the confusion. Please, friend. I owe you much more than this. By the honor of the Knights of Katarina, allow me to assist you. And now, I go. Don't be slow.
Thing is, I can't guarantee that it's gonna work out. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. I can't... What the hell? I can't heal in here? Secret, please don't die. Why can't I fucking heal? Now I can. What the hell just happened? I also need this ring. Maybe it turns out Siegward is the one helping us out. Oh, fucking hell. Sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. That was entirely my fault. Well, it is what it is. It's not even that bad. We did, however, end up missing out on a really good scene and on a Titanite slab. Guaranteed Titanite slab, if you did everything correctly. I'm sorry, man. I should have prepared better. I kind of feel bad now. There's yet another thing over here. That's basically it. You can fight, I think, a few more Chaos Eaters down here. But that's about it. I wonder if there's like an epilogue scene with his daughter, because she obviously is crucial in what happens at the very end. Okay. I think this is a tinted slab of some kind. Red Titanite slab. Thank you very much. Alrighty. Anything else? These pits, by the way, certain death. Guess we're done? I hate that my weapon's broken. I think it's the oh yeah, it is the sword that broke. It's very inconvenient. Although, you know, for this particular boss, this actually really doesn't matter. How do I get out of here? There should be like a branch for me to run up to. There, no? Or is it? No, there it is. Okay, it's just very conveniently laid out stairs, and I thought I'd see the other Chaos Eater here, but I guess he followed me down, jumped down through here, I think. Oh well. I'm very, very sorry, Siegmeyer, that it had come to this. But, you know, I'm not a miracle worker. I guess I should have just pelted them with more arrows. Whatever. It is what it is. Oh, no, there's that guy still. I'll come back to him. He won't run away. He will face what's coming for him. Okay. I owe you one attempt at the boss, though, I believe. Till this episode's over. And obviously, I feel positively elated to be fighting this boss. Can you hear the pure enthusiasm in my voice? I'm not sure if I'm ready for this. Here we go. Hawee! The bed of chaos. This is what one would call a gimmick boss. Or maybe a puzzle boss, but, you know, it being a puzzle boss is sort of a gimmick. What we want to do is get close to these orbs. It really doesn't matter that the sword's broken. All we have to do is do this. And admire the great pyrotechnics. Looks different than before. And now all hell breaks loose, or starts breaking loose. We might not have enough Estus for this fight. We'll see. Yep, everywhere you go. Certain death by falling. Didn't I tell you gravity was the hardest boss in all of Dark Souls? Okay. Okay, the second time around it starts giving way, even when you haven't reached the orbs yet. Okay then, well. Oh well. I can't stop there. Because it's really not a hard fight, okay? We're just gonna go through this. You can swerve too. While you wait. Oh boy. Nobody ever said Dark Souls didn't have a sense of humor. Yep. Doo-doo-doo. Message received. No time to heal. Okay, we almost got it. Okay. Now I'll show you a little secret. After this amazing cutscene. The effects really do make it look a lot better though. Can't deny that. Okay. Here's the very, very merciful opportunity that the game allows us to skip all the way back to the beginning of the fight with both of these orbs being gone. Arigato, Miyazaki-san. By the way, if you can hear this, this is the controller vibrating. It's very immersive, I'll have you know. Great. You know, in all honesty, I can't be that mad about that last one. That was genius. But the show must go on. Honestly, it's probably just because I reset it, and I guess resetting it doesn't actually reset the battle in itself. It's already in a different phase, so the game doesn't think you should be here yet. I'm just trying to inch my way across here to open up the gap. There you go, and truly magnificent. I think the idea of this boss is to troll you, to be a total dick, to... Ooh, look at this. To really, really infuriate you. So maybe it's just doing too good of a job. This boss is way too well designed. Right? One of the things in this fight that shouldn't be underestimated is the runtime over to the boss. And long runtimes, I'm not entirely against if the fight is strategic, which this one is not. And on top of all that, you have to always remember to put on the freaking lava shoes or sacrifice a ring slot because you're too impatient. And speaking of patience, dude, I think just by sheer luck, I saw the window and I went through, and hopefully I survive until the end. Take that. Did you hear that? That was a very slight but definitely audible laughter. I don't know if I've ever heard that before, or could just be my imagination. Okay, that's the Bed of Chaos. It is a shitty fight, no doubt. It's compounded by the fact that you have to run through the lava each and every time, and that it's just way too sinister and like a little bit too punishing. It's punishing. Here's the soul of the Bed of Chaos, Mother of Demons. This Lord Soul was found at the dawn of the Age of Fire. The Witch of Izalith attempted to duplicate the first flame from a soul, but instead created a distorted being of chaos and fire. Its power formed a bed of life which would become the source of all demons and is more than enough to satiate the Lord Vessel. Yeah. This is where we are. This is like a historic, basically, place for this world where everything went wrong, more or less. Yeah, there's nothing down here but death. Although you could maybe argue this looks abyss-like somehow. Maybe it's like cross-dimensional. Who knows? Who cares? It's just me rambling. But this is our last Lord Soul. Even though we don't know if this bug was actually the Witch of Izalith, or if the bug maybe was in captivity of the Bed of Chaos, or if the Bed of Chaos was the witch, or who knows what, where, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I know, however, that now we are at a point where we could be fighting the final boss of Dark Souls. I'm very excited about doing that in the near future. Maybe next episode we'll see how many loose ends there still are. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time.